So I'm just curious about what that is for you.
I don't know what it is. I
Yeah,
don't feel moved to share much lately. Um, I feel very, I don't know, it's very strange. Like, it's not like a writer's block, but I do feel like there's some kind of invisible wall
mhm.
right now. And I feel like it will make sense later, but it doesn't make sense right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't know. The stuff that I've been sharing the past few days, I haven't shared anything, but I shared like two things. They're not, they're like, they're not very concrete, right? They're like just kind of esoteric. And I don't know. I don't know what else wants to come out.
Are you judging your esoteric post that came out?
No, no, I'm just wondering if, like, is that what I'm gonna do now? More of that? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, so I had to ask because I wasn't sure if you were judging them. And
Hmm.
so my next question, what's it like just to allow them to have come out and let them be?
Just fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel this a little bit of like I'm just trickling
Hmm.
things out. I'm okay with it, but I'm just thought I'd look and see what else I've posted. It's just that little fear that I'm not tending to my business or I'm not tending. I had this thought this morning. It was something like, it's a lot of work to be a human. Like, and I'm not
Okay,
even working on
right?
my business right now. I'm just working on being a human. Like,
Right.
I'm like just trying to figure out what kind of water I want to drink in the morning. Like, it feels so self-involved or something. But um, I had a little like spark of a fear. Like, are you just gonna like not market anymore? What are you doing? I have a little bit of that right now. Makes me a little
Yeah.
nervous. Like, I'm trying to not care about, I'm trying to not be needy around needing clients, but am I like not going to get any clients because I'm like not marketing? I don't know.
So you're setting a stage. There's this invisible wall.
Hmm.
And then I hear you calling it, I'm curious about my business, but I hear your overthinker coming in.
Mm.
So this character of the overthinker is coming in, and here's the invisible wall. So I'm curious if you want to explore that invisible wall in an embodied way, interact with it to see what it is, what's it like, just to learn a little bit more about it.
Sure.
So knowing you, you have the option of drawing it to see if
Mm.
information comes up that way. Um, you have the option of visualizing and approaching, or even standing up and in movement, kind of moving towards and away from the invisible wall.
Hmm. I'm going to start, I think, with visualizing and then see if movement wants to come.
So before you go,
Mhm.
do that thing you do where you kind of relax your brain and drop out of your brain and down into your heart. And then through imagery, see how you even want to approach the wall. But first, just drop down in that place of knowing, that place of aliveness in you.
I'm going to turn off some lights.
Yeah. Yeah, do what you need to do.
and figure out what feels right.
Oh, that's cool.
Woo, woo, woo.
Whoa. So this is a
Um,
process of honoring yourself and honoring the wall
yeah.
and learning more about it.
Okay. Let me see what comes out here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna trust what came out here. It was kind of hard to I was noticing every sound and every thought. But sometimes stuff comes bloop, quickly, and if you listen, you can get something from it. So as soon as I picked up my pen, I saw trees, and the what came to me is the invisible wall is the tree line. And then I just went with that and just started drawing a pathway. And I can just show you. So there's the tree line, and then there's this
Yeah.
pathway. And what came to me from drawing that little pathway is I'm skirting past the tree
Mm-hmm.
line, not wanting to go deeper into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just wrote a few things about woods just to see what that means. And I wrote dark, mossy, wet, mysterious, unknown. So I don't know that I'm scared of the woods, but I'm just skirting past that deeper
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
That's what came out.
That sounds powerful to me. And
Mhm.
to shift from an invisible wall, like I can't even see that, to an actual image feels powerful as well.
Yeah,
So you've demystified already this
right.
invisibility thing and already identified some really important
True.
things. Yeah. What's the importance to you of beginning to see it, define it, kind of know what it is? How does that feel to you?
It gives me like a choice. Like, do I want to go in there? Now I can like know what it is and decide what to do. Whereas before, when I'm calling it an invisible wall, I feel, yeah, it's very like, I don't even know where it is. Like, I just can't get into it. Um, and this is like, oh, okay. It's the woods. I love the woods. I'm going to be curious about why I'm skirting past them, not quite ready to go in there. No judgment, just going to be curious about it. Yeah, it's a very different story suddenly.
Yeah, a real big shift from giving power over to this thing to
Mm-hmm.
reclaiming some of your power to begin to approach more with more awareness, with more intentionality. And
Mm-hmm.
even knowing, well, wait a minute, I love it there.
Yeah.
What is keep so the next question can come, what's causing me to skirt by?
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to see it and name it?
I'm trying to figure it out now,
Mhm.
but I'm trying not to make myself, I'm trying to stop myself from like, oh, what are the what's in there, you know? um, so it gives me kind of like, it piques my curiosity in a fun kind of like, ooh, way rather than before. I think I was kind of annoyed with myself. And I started to write, I'm not ready to go deeper into the woods, but actually wrote, I'm not wanting to go deeper into the woods, which felt important to delineate the difference between being ready versus wanting. But then when I told you about it, I said I wasn't ready. So it might be true that I'm also not ready, but there's something
Yeah.
that, yeah, I just wasn't, just don't want to go in there yet.
What's it like to honor your choice? You don't want to go yet.
Mm-hmm.
How does that shift things?
Oh, I can just sit back and be like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
I don't want to do that yet. It'll
Yeah.
be there." Like that's a different feeling
Mhm.
than being not ready. Like that feels a little more fretful. Like, oh, am I supposed to be getting ready? Am I behind in some way? No, I just don't want to go in there yet. But I probably will. It feels more like, oh, it's inevitable. It's just not happening right today. Of course I'm going to go in the woods. I'm going to see what's in there.
Yeah.
That feels really different.
Yeah. So I feel like you're um, this act of simple intention, and awareness,
Mhm.
you're shifting the whole feel of it, the whole story of it by just bringing awareness and intention, conscious
Yeah.
choice. Oh, that's what it
Mhm.
is. And this is how I want to respond to it right now and relate to it.
Mhm. Yeah. And it also helps to see, yes, the woods feel deep and it might be dark in there. And there's a lot of unknown stuff in there. And I know how to traverse woods. I know how to go into woods. Um, so when I do decide, I feel prepared, I feel equipped. Who knew? My goodness.
So in this moment, I feel it's important to not even ask you what the deep, dark, mysterious woods represent. Like, no, we don't have to go there. I'm hearing you choose. You're on this side right now.
Hmm.
So I'm really consciously honoring that by not asking any more
I
about
know. I'm trying not
it.
to ask myself either. I have some ideas, but
Yeah. And so, yeah,
the truth
really,
belief probably a lot of things.
yeah. And when you're ready, when you want to, I totally offer and plant the seed to literally embody this and go to the woods with you, to go to the tree line and
Yeah.
just really, with intention, with
Hmm.
support, with full awareness and choice, interact the fuck out of a tree line and the deep dark woods. Pardon my language today.
How cool is that, right? That your
Yeah.
work, just like as an offside, like I can come up with this metaphor and then as your client, we can go fucking do the metaphor in real
We can
life,
go there. Yeah.
embody it. That's so
Yeah.
badass. I love that.
I mean, there's so much potency to edges,
Yeah.
just in ecosystems that are the most diverse place. The
Yeah.
transition between
Mm,
one thing and another, um,
that's where I am.
the overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if so in both your explorations, imagery, thinking, feeling, sensing into this, and with embodying it, even just visiting the edge, even just going up, just up into the edge to be with the edge could be really powerful.
It's funny. I mean, I did that this morning without realizing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Ooh,
specifically said, you can cuss.
I
I
know, but
specifically said to myself, I'm not going into the woods up there. I'm
yeah,
just going up to the edge and coming back. And I didn't know it was going to have this meaning now, but it was a really conscious choice.
yeah. So um, just this very light, um, I'll just call it this really light homework of
Hmm.
when you want to sense into seeing if there's any edges calling to you in our local area, any edges that you know of or edges you've been curious about.
Okay.
And you already have the dot of you did this morning. And
Yeah.
the potential the next time you walk the hill to hold this new awareness and to do this up there. So you're not going in, but you might shift and turn and just see what it feels like. Down low, turn your back,
Yeah.
side, peripheral vision. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
definitely.
playing with, yeah, just this idea of how we hold something, um, how we can shift our awareness and relationship to it based on solely perspective.
Right.
When I think of edges in nature, they're often places of refuge for animals.
Mm.
Well, I feel like I want to show you this imagery. So, if the blue is you in your everyday mundane life,
Mm-hmm.
and that middle ground, pink is the tree line, and the green is the deep forest,
Mm-hmm.
there's all this magic on the edge,
Mm-hmm.
and there's all this diversity.
Mm.
And so, what I would say is diversity of parts of yourself you can find there without having to go into the deep, deep woods.
Yeah.
So, I'm just showing this to you as an opportunity as you come up to the edge and begin to befriend it, the opportunity to see what's there without, while still holding on to your choice of not being ready and not wanting to go in deep. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yeah. It does feel fertile and it does feel like I'm in a discovery phase for sure.
Yeah. So you can definitely take your time and be in that transitional space,
Mm-hmm.
to prepare to step in deeper, right? You don't have to
Yeah.
go crashing through the edge into the deep.
Right.
Yeah.
There's plenty right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That feels really like spacious and filling.
Mhm.
Plenty. There's plenty of stuff for me here on the edge.
Think back to all the times, just that simple act of taking a breath, dropping out of your overthinking mind and into your heart, and how it just kind of puffs out more expanded space. So I think it's a
Mhm.
similar embodied act,
Yeah.
just honoring where you are, your
Mhm.
choices, what you want and need. Whoa,
Yeah.
there's the space I need just to be me and be where I am.
Hmm. I like the way you put it, like in as far as the diagram goes, like it's species in there, but as far as me, it's like the diversity of my selves, like the different parts of me. And that feels really exciting to think about, like, oh yeah, I am exploring all kinds of different parts of myself. And there's so many.
Yeah.
And I can love them all.
And so there will be elements of the deep there,
Hmm.
and you're still right near the path if you need to step back to
Yeah.
the path. And so you can even see them pass by without
Hmm.
going into it.
Mm.
Yeah, so just being aware of the parts of you that are still unsure and want to
Yeah.
do things the old way. Anything else percolating, bubbling?
This feels very powerful, very clarifying. Yeah, I get to explore these concepts outside of my own brain, thankfully. Yeah.
You're your own edge
Right. Hmm.
with all the, yeah, the diversity of sources and resources all within you.
Hmm. Yeah,
Dang.
it's cool.